Garcia started by giving Jaron Boots Ennis full credit for his dramatic victory over Xander Zayas. According to the veteran trainer, Ennis answered one of the biggest questions surrounding him as a fighter. He got hurt, recovered, and then came back to finish the fight like a true champion. Garcia said moments like that reveal the heart of a fighter far more than easy victories ever can. Plenty of talented boxers look unbeatable until they get caught with a clean shot. Boots got caught, showed composure under pressure, and responded with a stoppage that reminded everyone why many believe he could become boxing's next pound-for-pound superstar. Still, Garcia admitted that the fight also changed the way he looks at Ennis moving forward. Before the Zayas fight, many viewed Boots as nearly untouchable. Now, opponents know he can be hurt. That doesn't mean he's vulnerable to everyone, but it removes some of the mystery that surrounded him. Once elite fighters see another champion shaken, they enter future matchups with much more confidence, believing they can do the same. The biggest surprise from Garcia's interview came when he revealed that he actually favors Sebastian Fundora if the rumored unification fight takes place later this year, with reports suggesting that negotiations have already begun for an October or November showdown. Fans immediately started debating who would have the edge. Garcia didn't hesitate to explain his reasoning. For him, it all comes down to styles. He believes Fundora is one of the most awkward fighters in boxing today. Standing nearly 6'6", Fundora creates problems that no sparring partner can truly replicate. His height, reach, pressure, and unusual punch angles force opponents into uncomfortable situations throughout the fight. Garcia pointed out that Fundora has continued improving since becoming champion. Each performance has shown more confidence, sharper timing, better punch selection, and increasing maturity inside the ring. Garcia believes many people underestimate how difficult it is to prepare for someone like Fundora. Traditional boxing fundamentals don't always work against him because he fights from angles and distances that most fighters rarely experience. That makes every round unpredictable. He also explained what type of opponent he believes can actually beat Fundora. According to Garcia, the perfect style isn't a slick boxer or someone trying to outthink him from the outside. Instead, it's a relentless pressure fighter who constantly walks forward, attacks the body, refuses to back up, and turns every round into a physical battle. Someone willing to bully Fundora and deny him room to use his reach. The reason Garcia favors Fundora over Boots is because he doesn't think Ennis naturally fights that way. Boots is known for his speed, footwork, movement, timing, and ability to control distance. Those qualities make him one of the most gifted fighters in boxing, but Garcia isn't convinced they're the ideal weapons against someone as unique as Fundora. He believes Ennis may spend too much time trying to outbox an opponent who refuses to fight a conventional fight. When asked whether his prediction was influenced by Boots getting hurt against Xander Zayas, Garcia admitted that it definitely played a role. Seeing Ennis rock showed that even elite champions can be caught clean. Garcia believes Fundora carries enough power to take advantage if those opportunities appear. Combined with his awkward frame and relentless pressure, Garcia thinks that creates a very dangerous matchup for Boots. Even so, Garcia made it clear that he wasn't dismissing Ennis. He repeatedly praised him as one of boxing's brightest young stars and acknowledged that Boots could easily prove everyone wrong. But if he had to make a prediction today, his pick would be Sebastian Fundora. Interestingly, Garcia admitted that if he could choose any fight for Boots, he would rather see him face Virgil Ortiz Jr., of course. Virgil is his fighter, so some people will naturally point to bias. However, Garcia insisted his opinion is based on styles rather than loyalty alone. He believes Ortiz versus Ennis would produce one of the most exciting fights in boxing because both men possess tremendous offensive skills and warrior mentalities. Neither fighter likes taking backward steps, and both have shown the willingness to fight through adversity. Garcia expects that matchup to produce non-stop action from the opening bell. He even doubled down on a bold prediction that Virgil Ortiz himself has hinted at before. Garcia believes Virgil would knock Boots Ennis out. That prediction became even more significant because it directly contradicted recent comments made by former world champion Tim Bradley. Bradley recently stated that Boots would cook Virgil Ortiz, suggesting Ennis would simply be too much for him. Garcia strongly disagreed, but he handled the disagreement respectfully. He praised Bradley's achievements as a world champion and acknowledged his experience as one of boxing's top analysts. Rather than attacking Bradley personally, Garcia suggested that perhaps Bradley simply favors Boots. Then Garcia reminded everyone of what Virgil Ortiz has accomplished recently. He pointed to Ortiz's impressive victory over Israel Madrimov, a fighter many believed gave Terence Crawford one of the toughest fights of his career. Garcia argued that Virgil displayed tremendous boxing skills, discipline, patience, and ring IQ during that performance. Instead of relying only on power, Ortiz showed that his overall boxing ability has continued to improve. Garcia also highlighted Ortiz's dominant knockout victory over Erislandy Lara. Actually, he referred to Lubin, emphasizing how quickly Virgil handled another experienced opponent. According to Garcia, people seem to have forgotten those performances simply because some time has passed. In Garcia's opinion, Virgil isn't just a dangerous puncher anymore. He's becoming a complete fighter capable of beating anyone in the division. When asked whether Team Ortiz would try to pressure Boots into taking their fight before facing Fundora, Garcia offered an honest answer. He said the decision isn't really theirs. Boots Ennis now holds multiple championship belts, making him the man with the leverage. If Ennis wants to fight Virgil, Garcia says the fight can happen. If Boots chooses Fundora instead, Garcia understands why. Another unification fight always carries major significance. Garcia emphasized that Team Ortiz isn't looking for easy opponents while waiting. They don't want to tune up or stay busy fight. They want the biggest challenge available immediately. But ultimately, the champion gets to decide which direction his career goes. The conversation also turned toward the possibility of Virgil facing another champion if Boots and Fundora unify. Garcia said he wouldn't mind a fight against Kelly, but he immediately brought up one important concern: the IBF's 10-pound rehydration rule. Unlike several other sanctioning bodies, the IBF limits how much weight fighters can regain after the weigh-in. Garcia admitted that this could become a major issue because Virgil Ortiz has dealt with health concerns related to making weight in the past. While Garcia expressed confidence in Virgil's abilities, he also stressed that protecting his fighter's health has to remain the top priority. Later in the interview, Garcia shifted his attention to rising super middleweight contender Lester Martinez, and his excitement was obvious. Garcia believes Martinez has everything needed to become boxing's next international star. He pointed to the incredible support Martinez received from Guatemalan fans during his recent appearances in Southern California. According to Garcia, the atmosphere reminded him of a major soccer event, with thousands of passionate supporters waving flags, singing, and creating unforgettable energy inside the arena. Beyond the fan support, Garcia believes Martinez has the personality, charisma, and fighting style to attract fans from multiple countries. He thinks the next step should be facing a respected Mexican contender before eventually pursuing a blockbuster showdown with Canelo Alvarez. Victories over established names would only build more momentum and make a future Canelo fight even bigger. Finally, Garcia shared his thoughts on Alexander Usyk reportedly giving up his heavyweight titles while pursuing major money fights instead of defending every championship. Garcia said he completely understands the decision. In his opinion, Usyk has already achieved everything a fighter could dream of. He's a two-division undisputed champion, one of the greatest heavyweights of his era, and widely recognized as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Garcia believes there comes a point in every legendary career where legacy has already been secured. At that stage, maximizing earnings and choosing the biggest events simply makes business sense. If Usyk can still headline massive pay-per-view fights without championship belts, Garcia sees no reason for him to continue paying sanctioning fees or dealing with mandatory obligations. Overall, Robert Garcia's interview delivered several major talking points that are sure to keep boxing fans debating. He praised Boots Ennis for showing championship heart, but questioned whether his style is the right one to overcome Sebastian Fundora's unique physical advantages. He pushed back strongly against Tim Bradley's prediction that Boots would dominate Virgil Ortiz, insisting that people are overlooking Ortiz's recent elite performances. And perhaps most importantly, Garcia made it clear that while Boots now controls the division's biggest decisions, every choice he makes from this point forward will shape the future of one of boxing's most exciting weight classes. If the rumored fights become reality, fans could be witnessing the beginning of a new era filled with unforgettable matchups, championship clashes, and career-defining moments.